What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Chinwe here, and in today's video I am going to be sharing 7 things I have learned in my 1 year living in Barcelona. 7 things I've learned in my 1 year living in Barcelona. So I turned 1 year in Barcelona on the 18th of November. On the 18th of November 2023, I literally left my country, Nigeria, and took a flight heading down to this city, and I just started to say, okay, let me just talk about my experience in Barcelona, since a lot of Nigerians in Barcelona are not even talking about these things. Like, we just come here, go do these things, you know, talk about it amongst ourselves, but we actually don't tell people who maybe are looking to come here, you know, how they can deal with these things when, you know, they eventually come to Barcelona. I'm talking about the good, the bad, the ugly, you know, everything in between. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Disclaimer, I am not saying that these experiences is going to be the same for everyone who comes down here. I'm just sharing my own personal experience based off of the points that I have here. Okay, so my first point is in terms of like jobs, skills, education, and business, right? If you're a student, I mean, I didn't come here on a work visa. I didn't start off working, so I don't exactly know how it turned out, like for people who started off working or came here to work. But I have like a few friends who came here on a work visa, and I would say that if you're looking to come here to work, obviously the first thing that you should have is a skill, maybe like a data skill, or the skills that are required for the job roles that you're looking to apply for, the job roles that you're looking to get, you know, basically the jobs that you're looking to get when coming here. You should of course have the skill required for those job roles. Even if you do not have the skills specifically, you can even go as far as having a few other skills just so that you're able to position yourself, right? So documentation process, I really do not have so much information on that, but what I know is that if you have stayed here in Barcelona or in Spain in general for up to 5 years, you are eligible to apply for a passport or like a permanent residency, or yeah, all of that basically. So a lot of people are trying as much as possible to stay up to 5 years so they can be eligible to kind of like get their documentation and all of that. Okay, now speaking of networking, meeting people, and building a community, I would say that I wouldn't want to label myself like an introvert, because I feel like what you tell yourself or what you label yourself is actually what you're going to become. Because I'm trying as much as possible to, you know, not trying to like force myself to talk to people, but I'm just trying to be more open-minded when it comes to meeting people, because you really never know who you're going to meet and when. But I'd say that if you really want to experience a city, if you really want to know what a city is about, it's very important that you understand the people, understand the culture. And how do you do that? By, you know, experiencing the city itself, going out, seeing places, speaking to people. That's how you really understand the city as a whole, right? So I would say deliberately, there's so many events. In fact, if you are a student, the schools usually have like events that they invite students to. So there's going to be a lot of workshops, a lot of fairs, a lot of events, you know, that students can attend and network and meet people that come from different parts of the world into Barcelona. Because Barcelona in itself, like, I'm not sure about any other city in Spain, but Barcelona in itself is a very international community that has like a ton of people from different parts of the world. So expect to meet people, expect to, you know, just have a diverse knowledge of people from different parts of the world. Okay, so in terms of like community, depending on your values, depending on you as a person, your faith, I'm a Christian and I talk about my Christian faith all the time. And coming to Barcelona, I was really praying and asking God to help me find a church. I really wanted to be planted in a Bible-believing church. And right from Nigeria, every single place that I've been to, God has been able to help me. You know, He's always able to help me find a Bible-believing Christian church or a Christian community that I can plant myself in. I'm coming here in Barcelona. I found ICB. ICB is the International Church of Barcelona. Any international students in Barcelona watching this video will probably know ICB, who is Christian. Will probably know ICB, has probably visited ICB a few times, or is probably a member of ICB, because it's like an international community, and the services are held in English. They also translate to Spanish sometimes. So if you're a Christian, I would say finding a Bible-believing church or a church community to immerse yourself in is also a very, very good place to meet people, or a very good place to meet friends, very good place to network as well, because a lot of people who come there are also looking to make friends, just as you. So I'll say, yeah, a church or like a Christian community is a very good place to start in terms of networking. Okay, so I also want to talk about faith. I think I'll do like a more elaborate video on this, talking about like my faith and how like my faith in God and my relationship with God has been able to grown over time since coming to Barcelona. It's really not been easy, to be very honest with you, because once you leave your country or your comfort zone to a new country, there's just so many things that you would say would take your time. But I think it has to be something that you have to intentionally prioritize. So you have to intentionally prioritize your relationship with God. You have to intentionally prioritize your quiet time with God. You have to set a time and say, okay, when I wake up from this time to this time, this is the time that I'm spending with God before I do anything else, right? So I'm talking to Christians who are looking to move to another country, and they are very, very worried about, how their relationship with God will turn out, or if they're going to, slack, or if is it going to be better. Everything depends on you. Everything depends on your order of priority. Everything depends on how you make it, how important, you see your quiet time to be, right? That's exactly how it's going to turn out. So I would say before you even start your day, before the day gets busy and buzzing with a lot of activities, try as much as possible to prioritize that quiet time. And the more you do it consistently, in fact, there is this prayer platform that I joined in my church back in Nigeria. It's called Prayer Plug. I am also going to leave the link in the description just in case you're looking for like a prayer platform that you can join, that has, because to be very honest with you, our prayer culture back in Nigeria is not exactly the same with, the prayer culture here. Here it's a bit like really quiet, it's a bit like they don't do as much. They might not really express it the way we do back in Nigeria. So if you really want that feel as well, are you looking for like a prayer community or a prayer platform to join, I'm going to leave the link to Prayer Plug in the description, so you can also join. We pray every 3 hours, 6 a.m. down to 6 p.m. and also fast like 3 times in a week. I mean, that one is something that you have to be led to do, right? But if you're looking for something, every 6 a.m. you can join the prayer just to get you. I mean, I'm not saying that if you join this prayer platform, then you will not have your own personal prayer time. No, it's just to keep you on track. It's just to hold you accountable, to say, okay, this is the time you're supposed to join this prayer, this is the time I'm supposed to be praying, just so that you hold yourself accountable, okay? If that makes sense. So in summary, I would say it has to be intentional. It has to be an intentional act. You have to intentionally prioritize your time with God so that your relationship with Him becomes better, even while moving to a new country. Another thing I'm going to say as my 5th point is, not everyone is out to get you. Sometimes it's you, okay? Not everyone is trying to get you. And I see a lot of like people, especially like Africans, black people who come here in Spain, and it's like a few gestures. I know there are people who are like outrightly racist, or people who are like outrightly looking to, poke you or, provoke you. But not everyone is like that. The majority of the people that I've met here are friendly. They want to help you. They want to answer your questions. Don't get me wrong. There are also people who don't see you and they're just rude. They're just outrightly rude. Like, that's just the way they are, right? Or even in Nigeria, you find people who are just rude for no reason. Same thing with this place, right? And there are also people who have not really had that much interaction with like Africans or black people, so they kind of like act a bit weird when they're communicating with you. But on the general sense, just don't have that mindset that don't come having that mindset that, oh, because you look a certain way, or because you are black, or because you're African, then you're automatically like going to be attacked, or you're going to be, don't have that mindset. Okay, come in confidence, come with your head held up high, speak with confidence, talk to them in confidence, say what you want, ask questions, express yourself. Okay, don't hold back your words or how you feel because you think that you're going to be judged because of the way you look. No, come here with an open mind, come here relaxed, come here comfortable and confident, just so that your confidence kind of like exudes before someone even starts to talk to you. So don't feel like you are under attack or because of what you've heard. I know these things happen, but let that not be the first thing that comes into your mind when you're coming into a new country, especially here in Barcelona. Okay, so I have this acronym that I actually coined out by myself. It's called LLU triple R. LLU triple R, and it is live, learn, unlearn, relearn, reset, and repeat. Live, learn, unlearn, relearn, reset, and repeat. Live, love. I'll say it's live, learn, unlearn, relearn, reset, and repeat. So I call it the LLU triple R. And I kind of like just put everything in an acronym just so that I can explain to you guys like how life is here. Because sometimes you just ask yourself certain questions like, oh, why am I here? What am I doing here? Am I really supposed to come to this country? Why did I come to Barcelona? Why did I come to Spain? I would have gone to the UK, I would have gone to the UK, I would have gone to the US, I would have gone to Canada. And sometimes you find yourself in situations where you kind of like question your decision to come to this country because a lot of things might get hard. It might be really hard for you to understand people when they speak. You might be having like a tough time getting your documents renewed or like the documentation process. That's also another thing that I will probably talk about in another video, but it's quite stressful. Like you have to have patience. You have to be really patient with the entire process because even after everything, it takes like 40 days for you to have your card, and you have to have a lawyer, if you don't really know your way around. So it's a lot of things. Like you have to go through the process and you have to be patient while at it. And in that moment, please don't allow yourself to stretch too much. Just enjoy, try as much as possible to enjoy the process. And you might say, oh Chinwe, how can I be going through this and enjoy it? But really, that's how I personally have been able to go through the process without like feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes it's overwhelming, or without breaking down, or just outrightly packing my bag and saying, you know what, I'm leaving this country, I'm not doing this again, because God has brought you here for a reason. And I personally do not think that is a mistake that you're here. No matter what anybody says, no matter anybody's comments or reactions towards the fact that say, oh, your mates are going to the UK and US. What are you doing in Spain? What are you doing in Barcelona? If you really know that that is where God has brought you to, or this is where God has brought you to, then He will make your path straight. He will really, really make the process easy for you. It might take a while, but please be patient through the process, right? So just live, explore, visit places, right? Meet people, network, learn the language, learn the culture, understand people, learn your way around, learn directions, just enjoy the whole thing. Unlearn if there are so many things, maybe ideas that you came with from Nigeria that might not exactly help you or help you settle in better here in Spain. Let it go. Unlearn some of those ideologies that as Nigerians we might have had that in our mindset, and that might not really help us thrive here in another country. Unlearn them, relearn new things, relearn new things, like keep relearning the things that you have already learned, relearn them again, and just fill yourself up with the knowledge just so that you can thrive in this city. Reset. Okay, you can have like a reset routine when you during the week have a routine. every week, just have what you're doing, just so that you can, because I mean, I built a routine here. I started going to the gym. I wake up in the morning, I know this is what I'm doing from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. From 7 a.m. to this time, I'm going to the gym. I'm coming back, I'm going to my classes. I have to shoot video, I have to do this, I have to do that. So just build a routine, right? Reset every week. If you want to prep your meal, if you want to plan your life, just so that, because everything here is structured, the timing is structured. So I mean, sometimes in Nigeria there's so many things that you might not expect that will happen, but here a lot of things are, the system works, and a lot of things here happen based on timing, so you're able to plan your life better, so every week you can reset and you can go back to your routine again, right? So repeat, rinse and repeat. So for me, I mean, it might not be the same for everybody. Like, there's some people who like spontaneity, they can just wake up in the morning and do what they feel like doing. But for me, it's like I have to be in a routine, and if I am not in a routine, my day might not really go as much as I want it to, and I begin to kind of like get agitated or get irritated or just frustrated about the whole day. So I would say just, take all of this into consideration. Alright guys, with that, I have come to the end of this video. If you did enjoy watching, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what other topics you'd like me to talk, about my experience in Barcelona. What videos would you like to see? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get to 500 subscribers at least. Okay, I know we can do it. So please subscribe if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up, comment, let me know your experience. Do you live in Barcelona? How's the experience been for you? Let me know if I left anything out, and I will see you in my next video. Tick, tick, tock. As the buzzing water never flow backwards.